An army of soldiers. An army of soldiers roamed the territory and defeated the enemy forces. A team of players. A team of talented players often gets overlooked in the heft of the championship. A tribe of natives. A tribe of natives is skilled in crafts such as weaving and metalwork as well as in agriculture. A crowd of spectators. She passed through a crowd of spectators who applauded and cheered for her. A dynasty of kings. The game puts you in the role of a dynasty of kings on an island. A bevy of girls. Many girls fell in love with him but could only admire him from afar. A band of musicians. We witnessed a band of musicians passing through our street. A board of directors. The enterprise itself is run by a board of directors elected by the stakeholders. A caravan of gypsies. Old-fashioned gypsy caravans are decorated horse carts that are pulled by horses. A choir of singers. There is a choir of singers on the stage performing a beautiful song. A class of pupils. A class of pupils is looking forward to the upcoming excursion. A congregation of worshippers. The congregation of worshippers was shocked when the pastor was arrested for selling drugs. A crew of sailors. The crew of sailors I saw in the action movie were working with great coordination. A galaxy of movie stars. A whole galaxy of stars from the acting and musical professions was awarded. A gang of robbers. A gang of robbers entered the village at night and stole the belongings of the villagers. A gang of thieves. A gang of thieves used a boat to travel along a canal under cover of darkness. A group of dancers. A group of dancers gave an impressive performance at the inaugural ceremony. A line of rulers. A line of rulers in the Middle East has been questioned over foreign policy. A mob of rioters. They are attacked by a mob of rioters who by chance witnessed their crimes. A party of friends. She didn't have a party of friends and did not have much of a social life. A patrol of policemen. There was a patrol of policemen guarding the smoldering ruins of the barn. A regiment of soldiers. A regiment of soldiers was wounded in that tumultuous battle. A staff of employees. A staff of employees works countless hours of unpaid overtime. A troop of scouts. We witnessed a troop of scouts camping in one of our fields this weekend. An album of photographs. This famous children's book is illustrated with an album of photographs. An anthology of poems. She could repeat an anthology of poems from memory at the age of 7. An archipelago of islands. People colonized an archipelago of islands, but none remained permanently. A basket of fruit. That displays a basket of fruit and vegetables, homemade food, and other items. A block of flats. The structure was knocked down to make way for a block of flats. A book of notes. She takes a book of notes when she prepares for a final exam. A bouquet of flowers. The couple bought a bouquet of flowers to celebrate their marriage ceremony. A bunch of bananas. Offering a bunch of bananas, the zookeeper convinced the monkey back into its cage. A bunch of flowers. I sent her an anniversary card, together with a bunch of flowers. A bundle of firewood. The woman came down the hill with a bundle of firewood. A catalogue of goods. We can supply a catalogue of goods from our main food store. A chain of events. His resignation triggered a chain of events that led to the downfall of the government. A cluster of stars. They came to identify a cluster of stars with a high-powered telescope. A clutch of eggs. Eventually, the collaborating females lay a clutch of eggs in one big nest. A collection of coins. Since his childhood, he has had a collection of coins of many currencies. A constellation of stars. When I glanced at the sky in the middle of the night, I saw a constellation of stars. A fleet of motor cars. The operation included the logistics of maintaining a fleet of motor vehicles. A forest of trees. Tragically, a forest of trees has been removed from the valley in recent years. A heap of rubbish. Some people just dump a heap of rubbish in the river on a regular basis. A hedge of bushes. The birds have stripped all the fruit from a hedge of bushes. A heap of stones. There is a heap of oval stones at the bottom of the stream. A library of books. He is considered an avid reader because he has read a library of books. A range of mountains. The two nations are separated by a range of mountains. A series of events. Those apprehensions were overshadowed by a series of events. A fleet of ships. The river can be used by a fleet of ships because of its width. A colony of gulls. A colony of gulls from the largest to the smallest eating in the lake. A flock of birds. A flock of birds lives in colonies but mate monogamously within the colony. A host of sparrows. A host of sparrows were seen around the farm during the summer months. A pride of peacocks. We grew up seeing a pride of peacocks in our ranch house, and that inspired us. A tribe of antelopes. The tigers were dragging a tribe of antelope across the field. A cohort of zebras. Zoologists actually classify a cohort of zebras as being black with white stripes. A swarm of rats. A swarm of rats is breeding at an alarming rate in the farmlands. A troop of baboons. A troop of baboons is found in the mountains, forests, and rivers. A herd of rhinoceroses. A herd of rhinoceroses disappeared comparatively early from the wild. A family of otters. A family of otters, beavers, and minks is still found in eastern Texas. A litter of piglets. She treated a litter of piglets tenderly and played games with them. A herd of cattle. It is estimated that a herd of cattle was sold for meat and agriculture purposes. A troop of shrimp. This freshwater pond is home to a troop of ghost shrimps. An army of caterpillars. An army of caterpillars normally lives in large communal nests in tree branches. A swarm of flies. That time the dead sheep was covered with swarms of flies. A nest of hornets. It sounded like a nest of hornets coming over your head.